So the review embargo has been lifted from Superman 2025, and the initial reviews are actually positive. So if you go to Rotten Tomatoes, obviously the first reviews are going to be from the critics. And for me, I typically just don't look at the critic scores as much as I do the audience scores. That to me is a more important review because it's from people like you and me, just normal people watching it. And the other one is from YouTube, of course. I have my favorite creators that I watch their reviews. And so let me give you a summary of what most of these critics are saying. So the first thing that pretty much everyone is praising is the performance of the new Superman, played by David Cornsweet. Now for me, I just don't see him as Superman, whereas Christopher Reeve, my favorite, I see him as Superman, Henry Cavill as well. But a lot of people are really enjoying and loving his performance, especially when it has more of the Christopher Reeves type vibe versus what we got with Zack Snyder's Superman with Henry Cavill. And then another standout was Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. They said she did a really good job and they had wonderful chemistry together. And then Nicholas Hoult, overall, they enjoyed his performance as Lex Luthor. And then the other thing that was a positive was the Justice Gang and how these other characters played a role in the movie, because the worry here is that these other characters might take away from Superman. But in this case, most people are saying that they did a really great job in introducing the Justice Gang. And the one that stood out the most was Mr. Terrific. I don't know much about that character. And also Guy Gardner. Hawkgirl didn't get as much, at least in this movie. And then Crypto played its role as well of being a cute super dog. So those were some of the main positives, and other things that I heard was the special effects and actions overall was pretty good. And that's always a good thing because, you know, you do want to keep the excitement going in these movies, especially if it's a superhero type movie. So those are all good things. And those were things that I was all concerned about. You know, I was concerned about the main actor playing Superman, having too many characters, and whether or not it was going to have some good action that would keep me interested. So all of those big things, it looks like the movie has taken care of that in a good way. Now, in terms of the negatives that I heard about this movie, it mainly comes in the fact that even though there's a lot of characters, overall they did a good job of handling them, but there's a lot of different themes, different ideas in the story itself. So there's a lot of things going on there. And then love it or hate it, you know, it has the James Gunn elements, you know, of a lot of jokes, one-liners, things like that. And so if you like James Gunn's style of directing stuff, then you will enjoy it. But if not, then you will not enjoy it. Just simple as that. And then the other thing that people were saying was the fact that this one, even though it is a really good, solid Superman movie, it's not quite what people were expecting. In terms of, like, this movie has a lot riding on it. You know, it's the new DCU, James Gunn heading it up, also directing. And so there's a lot here. And so I could see that as a negative or a positive, you know, because I don't think any movie is going to live up to everyone's expectations. But at least from the initial reviews, it is good, you know. And for me, I do definitely enjoy the Superman movies, especially the originals with Christopher Reeve. Even Superman's 3 and 4 I enjoyed. And then in terms of the newer ones, I did enjoy Man of Steel with Henry Cavill, although I did not like Superman versus Batman. And Brendan Routh one, Superman Returns, I did enjoy that as well. And yeah, that's good signs. And right now it's predicted to make anywhere north of 130 million, probably around there domestically, and another 100 plus million internationally. So if things go the way that, you know, some people are predicting, and then it's going to do well. And hopefully that'll mean that more good Superman movies will come out in the future. So if you actually had any thoughts on this, be sure to leave in the comments there below, and I'll see you on another episode.